Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Now today I have a Bachmann branch line Class 08 shunter that I picked up quite some time ago, and I'm going to call this episode the Forgotten Shunter because it was in my sort of storing area for models, which I often keep second-hand stuff in, and it was kind of at the back. I did forget about it. I did kind of know it was there, but I just never got to it. And the story behind this one is it's extremely colourful, as you can see. Let me give you the part number first. It's 32-124 Bachmann, obviously, Class 08, running number 08765, and it's Freightliner G and W. So yeah, this came up at a fantastic flash sale price. It's got a little sticker on the back here saying that Freightliner is a registered trademark and used under license. So yeah, that's nice, isn't it? All right, let's open it up. So yeah, the story is that I've known of the Bachmann Gronks, which is a nickname for the Class 08. And let's have a quick look in here actually. Interestingly, it's got a date inside the box. I don't know if that correlates to the locomotive. I'd be surprised if it did. 2016? But if you can see that, I'm a bit surprised at that because I'm thinking this locomotive is about 2020 year-wise, but okay, so let's see what we've got in here anyway. Product and maintenance care. Okay, collectors club, bit about the warranty, it's fine. Replacement parts. Okay, quite a comprehensive list of different parts. DCC decoder socket. Okay, it's 8-pin. All right, I'll have a read of that when I'm bored. Okay, well I can verify the price. It was $79.95. So now that I've told you the price, you can probably see why I bought that. Now the date. When did I buy this? Oh, it was March, 16th of March. I feel terrible. This is the first Bachmann model locomotive new that I've ever bought. Because when I was a youngster, my first time around with model trains, Bachmann just were not on the radar. It was back in those days, in the late 70s, it was Hornby, Lima, and Wren, and Airfix. Those are the four brands where I had products. Bachmann, I don't know, but I just did not know of Bachmann until later in life. So I do actually have a second-hand American diesel Burlington Northern green locomotive, which needs it's a non-runner. I've got that in my list of things to do, but this is the first brand new one, and a lot of you out there that are in the modelling fraternity would know that the Bachmann shunters are reputed to be one of the best. So from that standpoint, I'm really interested. So excuse me while I open the package. Put that to one side. Well, there's a fair bit of heft to it. I would say similar in weight to a Lima model. But the decoration level, wow, that is really nice. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to bring it up to the camera a little bit. The wasp stripes on the back, and it's got some light rigging, I think we should call it that, and it's got some the irons for hanging on lights as well. The buffers are sprung. This is a plastic shell, but the decoration on here, I mean, I know it's extremely loud, and forgive me for this color scheme, but it's the intricacy and the warning. It's got the warning flashes for, danger, high voltage above type of thing. There's so many different handrails. Let me get all these intricate handrails that they've got on here, it's incredible. The way they've done the grills here is really, really nice. It's got a fuel gauge or a pressure gauge on here. There's even writing written on this, but yeah, I'll need the HD camera to have a closer look at that. Let's look around to the front. Okay, yep. It's got the cables either side. Lighting is represented as well. Sprung buffers. It's got a hook at the front. I mean, if you had to criticise anything, well, you'd probably weather that, because you wouldn't typically see a Class 08 running that was that clean. I would doubt that very much. Even after a good wash, it wouldn't be that clean. But again, you've got all the intricate warning labels. They are absolutely tiny. Writing here, same here. Handrails, even the door handle is painted like a sort of gold color. Wow. Certainly for detail, I think it gets first place. But wow, that is really, really nice. These couplers are NEM type in NEM pockets, and they've got a nice sort of spring return to center. Wow, really nice. I think I might give it a wee spot of oil before I run it, because it's been sitting in my store for 9 months. I know, I feel terrible, but it's been sitting with me for 9 months. Albeit room temperature. But I don't know. If you know the exact release date of this model, please pop it in the comments. But my understanding is it was 2020, but the box is conflicting. It looks like it's 2016, but hey, whether it's 2020 or 2016, the bottom line is if this runs well, that's the most important thing. All right, so let me just give it a very light oil before I do the test run. Genesee and Wyoming Railroad was founded in 1899. As of 2011, it operates more than 13,000 miles of owned and leased track. As of 2021, G&W owns or leases 116 freight railroads organised in locally managed operated regions. with 7,300 employees serving 3,000 customers. On February 24th, 2015, Genesee in Wyoming announced that it had agreed to acquire approximately 95% of the shares of Freightliner Group. G&W Orange, that began on the G&W Railroad, can today be seen on railroads all over the world. Okay, so I thought it would be fair to the model, fair to Bachmann as well, that I just gave a chance for the oil to work its magic, because normally when I review a new model, I review it straight from the packet, because that's what most people would do. They would take them out of the box, stick it on the track, and enjoy their model. But because I've had this sitting for quite some time, I don't think that would have been the right thing or the fair thing to do. So I'm just giving it, I'm not putting it through its paces or anything. You can see I've just got it going at a slow, methodical pace. And I did say earlier about, with this decoration, it puts it in first place. Well, just to clarify what I mean by that, I've got quite a lot of Class 08s, and I think certainly most modelers in the UK have more than one Class 08 or 09. Now, just off the top of my head, and I'm just counting 08s and 09s here, I've probably got about maybe 3 Lima models, maybe 3 or 4 Hornby, and I've got 4 Wren. That's just off the top of my head. Now, if I had a bit of a search around, it may be a bit more than that, but that's a good enough count. So when I say puts this in number one place, I mean out of all of those Class 08s and 09s. The decoration on this beats all of them hands down. Now, admittedly, all the 08s and 09s I have, none of them are new. The Wren ones, my goodness, some of them go way back to the early 70s, maybe, I don't know. I can see 2 on the layout right now, the red NCB ones. Well, they're about 78, 1980-ish. But in fact, just while I'm saying that, I've got some Hornby Dublo as well, which would be about 1966. So that goes back a while. But certainly the newest Class 08 I would have would be probably about 1981, 82. So this supersedes them by a long, long way. So whether it's 2016 or 2020, as I say, I bought it in 2024, brand new, from a retailer. It had a flash sale, and so yeah, I'm really interested to see how this is going to perform over those older models. Okay, I'll bring you back in a second. I'm just going to stick this into reverse speed, and then I'll bring you back. We'll get everything on the track. Okay, so I didn't spend too long with the shunter on the rolling road, because she is a new model, and it was just to give it some light oil to replenish anything that is kind of dried out over a period of time. Now, let's try it just on a slow takeoff and see how she is. Let's very smooth. Wow, that is really very controlled. And I would say realistic in terms of the speed, because these Class 08s, 09s, they never really got up to much of a speed in real life. Around 10 miles an hour quite often. Now let's couple up. Are we coupled? Yes, we are. Okay, so let me just bring the some of the freight wagons up so we can let you see what we have. So I've got a Shunter's brake wagon here. It's called Park Royal on this one. LMS, weathered, ventilated van, I suppose you would call that. And then I've got a Northeastern Railways gunpowder wagon. And at the end, I've got the, I can never remember the name of this brake wagon. But there she is made by Airfix. And that's the one that's got the odd coupling, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. Possibly not liking going over the corners or whatever. So let's send it off around the track and see how she goes. I've got her exactly at 50% half power, and she's looking at the scale speed. I would say that looks very prototypical. It does look about 10 miles an hour, to be quite honest. Wow, I can see why people rave about this model, about the Bachmann shunter. It is really nice. Totally worth the money I paid for it. You know, I did a little bit of checking to see if this model is still around, and some retail outlets still have this livery variant, because it is, with it being a private company livery, there are some available, but it's a little bit like Marmite. I think you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But it's growing on me. I especially like the yellow coupling rods and the contrast with the black wheels. I think that looks really nice. Very impressed with that. It's worth noting that Bachmann I think they probably are in production of a brand new Class 08 shunter, 0809. They announced it back in, I think it was June 2024, June or July, that they were bringing out a completely new tooled 0809, and you can pre-order them, but the prices, oh my goodness. If you don't know about this already, then this might shock you, so I hope you're sitting down. I think some of these shunters, the best price I could see them for pre-order was $179.99. That's £180, folks, for a Class 08. And let's be quite honest, what would the difference be between this one and the £180 one? Well, this is just my opinion. It's got that new decoupling device, which I've seen it on some of the other releases of Bachmann, and it's not that reliable. That's point number one. Point number two, the new Class 08s and 09s have some lighting on it. Well, could you add lighting to this? Bearing in mind the LED technology that's available now? Absolutely. I've got a Lima locomotive. It's not on the layout right now, but that has forward and rear LED lights, white or warm white light at the front and a red at the back. And I think it switches over. I'm sure it's a bicolor LED. So could you add this? Absolutely. But the running of this thing is absolutely fantastic. Super smooth, realistic, very, very detailed. Yeah, I hope you agree with me seeing this running, that it's absolutely what a fantastic model. It's got to be up there with one of the best Class 08s I've got. The only difference, and the reason I'm saying that, technically it would be the best by a mile. But I do love my Wren 08s. Just because they're built like a tank, really. But this model is, I've said this before as well, but for £79, that is absolutely no-brainer. I was watching one of the people I follow on YouTube, and they had bought some stuff recently on the second-hand market. I won't mention the person's name, but I do watch them from time to time. And this person had paid like £100 for a second-hand Bachmann locomotive, and £120 for something else, and they spent a small fortune. And hey, listen, I know what it's like, especially this time of the year. There's so many bargains kicking around. But if I use this as a comparison, with all due respect, to that person, £120 for a second-hand locomotive, and I got this brand new for $79. And quite honestly, this is faultless. This is okay. The paint scheme's not everybody's taste. I get that. I will put some pictures of the real locomotive, by the way. But I'm really impressed. I'm really glad I got this way back when. I feel a bit bad that I didn't run it earlier. But it is a cracking model. It is interesting to talk about the new the Bachmann one, because one of the things for not just Bachmann but for Hornby and every model train manufacturer out there, and they obviously want to increase their profits, and it's very difficult to try and increase your profits with a straight face when you're using old tooling, right? Tooling that might date back to the 1980s in some cases. So one kind of surefire way is to improve the model and do completely new tooling. But some of Hornby's prices and Bachmann's prices this year have been insane. I've seen locomotives breaking the 400-pound barrier, and it's just, is that good for the hobby? It makes the hobby very kind of elitist, doesn't it, But anyway, we'll leave that topic for another day. I'm going to put the scores up on the board. Yep, so no surprise, this is a 25 out of 25. It's absolutely faultless. There's nothing you can fault about this model. Technically, it's the best 08 I have, by quite a mile. I wonder if I'll get a copyright strike for an ice cream van. Anyway, it's a nice way to end the video. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.